Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Back with another stream. Tonight I'm joined by Mark the Shark and Graham Ward, both from the Midlands. Good evening, guys.
Hi, mate.
Hiya.
Yeah, good, thanks yourself.
Not too bad. Plodding on as you do.
Yeah, it's been I watched this last night, and this is why I'm here tonight. I found it really interesting to listen to Dave and Mark. They were actually playing at the same time as well, which also was interesting to see how they were playing as well. So,
well, people are going to find it equally as interesting listening to you, mate, and your expert analysis.
I don't.
So we're looking at this first table where we've got a few well-known players to us all. Mark Fullerton, Bobby Law, Roy Smith from the Midlands, Sandy Drennan from East Scotland, Jimmy Whitt from the Midlands, Michelle Coy, who's recently joined us from Yorkshire, and Mark Leverett, who's a Linky, and I think he's this year's Lincolnshire Interleague captain. You played with many of these, Gray? That's poker, I mean.
Live, Jib Whip, obviously I've played. Jim Whip.
Dwan, there's a real echo.
Has someone got the stream on in the background?
I haven't. Have you, Gray?
Let me just...
I've got the table. I've got the table up watching it. That's all.
Okay, is that any better?
I've got the table up watching it.
No, we can still kind of hear the stream about 5 seconds after we've said what we've said.
Yeah. Is that better?
I think so,
better.
Yeah.
I think it was me.
Did you have the YouTube channel?
What a shot, Ray, what a shot. Causing chaos. Right, you were telling us about Jimmy Whip.
Yeah, Jim Whip. I've played against Jim Whip a few times. I haven't really played against them a lot because I've mainly been TD in the finals. But
well, here's an interesting hand already. Big pot in the middle. Sandy's bet, Leverett's called. Mark Fullerton shoved over the top. What are you putting them on here, Gray?
Sandy, I don't know really. They say
great insight. Thank you for that. What about Mark? Well, I mean, Mark's got to be strong.
He's got to have a straight, Mark.
You think one of them has?
I'm surprised he got called by both there, to be fair.
Maybe not the Jack so much. The two pair surely is thinking he's beat, but set of Jacks you can kind of forgive him for calling that. But
yeah,
they're both gone, and Mark Fullerton must be tournament chippy now, 155k straight off the bat.
No, he's second.
Who's leading?
Paul Hindmarch has got 161,000.
Blimey.
Although, if Mark calls this all in and wins this, he will go chip leader.
And he does, and he's going to win it as well.
Wow.
Mark Fullerton, man on a mission tonight.
And has Ruth Fullerton just joined the table?
Yeah.
She has, yeah.
And Michael Freer. I don't know, Michael. Is he...
Michael's an old school Humber player. He's... he'll sit there nursing his stack as much as he can until he gets an ace, and then he'll make a few moves. He's had some success, Mark Freer has. He went pretty deep in this year's Nationals as well, as I remember. I think he made the last 3 or 4 tables.
It's a good run.
It is in the Nationals. Rich Connell, Rickster, Old Northwesty, one of your crew. Your, what is it now? Northwest captain for this week then, Dwan? You confident?
I'm confident we're going to do a lot better than what we did last time.
Well, you couldn't do much freaking worse, mate, were they? They were shite.
We didn't have our best week. I'm going to be diplomatic and say we didn't have our best week.
Well, it's just a good job West Scotland was still there, otherwise you'd have been worst out of all areas.
Yeah.
Which is very un-Yorkshire-like.
That's not happening. That's not happening. Yeah.
Do you think it was the influence of Bev as captain?
No, I don't think it was the influence of Bev.
Now tell the truth.
No,
that's not what you said to me earlier.
I think it was all the other Yorkshire players taking each other out, which happened to me, I think, 3 or 4 times last week. I was taken out by a Yorkshire player.
Well, these are the issues you've got to address now as captain, mate.
Yeah, I did put in my post, don't eliminate each other.
So what you're going to do? So someone shoves on you, and you've got a really strong hand. You're going to fold if it's another Yorkie, are you?
I'm not saying that. It depends how strong the hand is.
What if it's really strong?
But my definition of a strong hand is probably different to yours, because like 4-5 suited, I think I'm probably putting it in the bin, but that's a strong hand.
What if it's
10-8?
Ace Queen?
It depends what the all-in's for, to be fair. It's all circumstantial, isn't it? Like, if it's
So
for
it's
a
a
tournament,
case.
I'm
What you're
folding.
saying, Dwan, is do as you say, not do as you do.
It depends on the situation. There
Why
are
haven't you
times
put that
when
on your
it
post
will
then?
be a call.
It's one of those things. I mean, it's obviously been a great success having a team event running alongside our poker tournaments, but at some point you're still playing as individuals. You're still looking to qualify, getting into the gold, silver finals. There's cash at stake as well. So where people draw the line is going to vary. I think all things being equal, they'd love their team to win, but did they put that in priority over themselves? What do you think, Gray?
Not a chance.
Not a chance. There you go.
Not a chance.
Graham Ward says it as it is.
I think people are obviously wanting to get as high as they possibly can, aren't they?
So would you take Tin Man out, mate, if you had the chance tomorrow and it improved your position?
I would take anyone out if it improved my position. I think anybody would. I think if we're being honest.
I'm a true team player. Jim Whip has limped in here against the two Fullertons. He does a lot of limping and min betting, does old Jimmy. Do you think he's got any part of that, Gray? There's his min bet.
It's hard to know, isn't it?
Well, he's taking it down anyway.
Yeah. It was a good flop for him, really, wasn't it? And there's Mark sitting there with spades.
Yeah. So, who else? Shall I have a quick look at another tabled one? Are you still with us?
Yep.
Your apology text out to Bev.
Let me just load up the other tables. There we go. So we actually have the chip leader on here. On this one.
We do.
I don't know who all these players are. So I know Drew. Drew's very aggressive when I've played against him. Don't know
Ryan is a Midlander, I think, isn't he, Mark? Ryan Clifford, I think.
Yeah, might be. I know that Slav's a Midlander. Who's going to pronounce his surname?
Wow. I'm used to him being Casillas.
Yeah, just call him Slav. Some word to get at Scrabble, that one.
Slav's had a good season. Well, last year he won 2 area finals.
He can play, can Slav. Nice lad. Have you seen Victor's play online, Gray, compared to Victor's live play?
It's a totally different Victor's, isn't it, really?
it's the most un-Victor's-like player. They're
Yeah.
saying it's apparently the same person ever. I mean, the guy plays solid and well live, but online is to say he's aggro is an understatement.
Extremely aggressive, isn't it?
He literally tries to win every hand.
I guess in this format, you don't really get a lot of time, do you?
Well, you do. You do. I mean,
you do. I don't. If you don't get any half decent hands early on, I mean, I know you can add on and you can rebuy, which a lot of people I think tend to do straight away.
You can still pick your spots a little bit more, and there's still more play than people I think perceive. Even forgetting the rebuys, and I would guess most people do get to the end of level 5 would have an add-on, but you can't win a tournament in the first 4 levels, but you can obviously bust it. And I don't know. Just watching his play, it's staggering. He's obviously got a tactic, but it's not worked for him very often so far.
Got an all in here.
Yeah, and a call. AJ's going to take it.
Drew's gone. So we had 112 players to start this evening and we're down to 58.
Have either of you two won any of these as yet? You finished 6th runner-up yesterday, didn't you, mate?
I finished runner-up last night.
Yeah.
I kind of. I mean, you've already seen it. I was up celebrating after the
I bet
flop.
you were.
Flop Broadway. You think you've got it, don't you? But
they're all in pre, I take it, mate.
Yeah, because when we started the heads up, he was like 500,000 ahead of me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just really pleased to have got where I got. So I just went quite aggro. And before I knew it, I was slight chip leader. And the very next hand he shoved and I'd got ace jack. So I called him and it was queen jack. So I thought, then when I flat Broadway, I thought, wow, I've got it. The next thing, the chips are going across to him.
And you're wondering what was
and I'm thinking, oh, God. Yeah, that wasn't what I was thinking, but.
We've got another one. Yeah. Queen 9 gets there with impunity.
But
shove with Queen 9 with 2 pair on the flop. Nice.
John Hall was quite unlucky in that game. He's had some amazing results.
He's done well, hasn't he? Jacobite. He has. He has. He's done pretty well. Tin Man's on fire. Linda Franklin's been going deep in a lot of tournaments as well.
Yeah, Linda's been. I think she did well this afternoon again. I think.
I'm not sure she did well. I think she went well in the 11.
She was going well, wasn't she?
I think, 30, around 30th. I think she finished in the 2 o'clock. What about you? Do you want any successes recently?
I had a 8th place last night on the stream.
Nice.
I had a second the first night we were streaming with whole cards. The only problem was I forgot to put the delay on, so I was live streaming that. Yeah, I realised after about I'd just run a massive bluff. I think there were 4 hearts on board and I shoved with 2 clubs and like nothing. Just absolute pure bluff. Shoved, got it through, and then someone messaged me and you do realise that that's not actually delayed? And I went, what? To then look at the YouTube channel and see that the cards I've just folded on the screen. I'm like, oh, I need to change that table.
I don't know. Let's see if we got any messages so far. Any idea how many is watching us? Do one at the moment?
So at the minute we've got 7 watching.
Probably 6 members of Gray's family, to be fair.
Are they?
We've got Liam Coulthard saying that we've got an echo on the stream. I'm hoping it's sorted now.
Was that from earlier?
I think so, yeah.
When Gray was watching himself.
Well, I misunderstood what you were asking me to do because I think you said click on the link above to watch and click on the link from.
Yeah, that's in general, Graham, for other people to watch.
So, yeah.
I forget. We often forget that you're from Birmingham, mate. We know we have to dumb it down a little bit, pal. We apologise.
Okay.
How are the Brummies? Are you keeping in touch with many of them in these times?
Yeah, obviously we've got big shout out to Stuart Charlington at the moment. He's going through the wars. He's just been in hospital. Well, he's still in hospital now.
What, from the virus? Or?
Well, he went in because he suffers with his health anyway. And he was taken into hospital. They thought he might have had the virus, which he didn't, but he developed a complication. He got a blood clot in his foot, and he ended up having to have half his leg taken away. So,
oh no!
Yeah. So if he's in hospital listening to us, then I think everybody at LPPL will wish him all the best.
Defo, get better soon, Stu. Jesus, that's horrible to hear.
Yeah. But as for everyone else, I've had quite a few phone calls, to be honest. A lot of people trying to get set up on this. Surprised by a few of them that have got involved, like players like Alfie and.
Mate, it's been amazing how many people have come back, so to speak, and it just shows that they're all still out there and there's still an appetite for poker and everything else. It's been great to see some of the old names back. Really.
It really is. And what amused me the most was Alfie. That's Paul Guys, if you don't know who that is, Dwan.
Yeah, I think I've seen him up far.
Yeah, he was adamant. I'm not playing that. But he absolutely loves it, and he actually likes to watch the games afterwards as well if he gets knocked out.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we know that old Rigger, if he's not playing, he'll be hawking around the tables and watching everyone as well. But it has, I mean, not just the Midlands, but throughout LPPL in every area, there's been so many names, going back to, the early 2010s and everything else that, have come back, having a game, having a laugh and everything else, joining in with the team challenges. It's been fantastic.
It has. It really has. It would be lovely if this was to continue afterwards as well into the live scene.
Well, yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan. Get people back and give them a product to enjoy during these unusual times, and then when everything kind of resets, they come back and keep it going.
There is one benefit to people coming back and starting to play again. If they've qualified for a final, they're going to be in nationals, so they need to practice the live poker, don't they? Yeah. What better place?
Exactly. Yeah. But I mean, the nationals were fantastic again this year, and with the new tournament that we've got, the grand final, where the prize package for that is that must be unrivaled in most poker tours, let alone flipping just pub poker. Even I was quite stunned when I saw that. Jesus Christ, Tom.
I saw that and I was like, oh my God. That's just, wow.
We know the exploits that and the successes we've had in the past, even at the WSOP, where we entered the $1,000 no limit hold'em tournament, and we've had several players cash, including yours truly, at home. But to get an LPPL player playing in the main event, I mean,
that's unreal, isn't it?
It's what poker's made of. You can get better than that, really, does it?
I like the fact that you can't directly buy in as well. You've got to win a seat online.
Yeah. Well, got to win a seat by the various methods that we're putting seats up for. But it's going to make it worth fighting for. So you mentioned John Hall Gray is moved to this table, and again he's well stacked on 83k.
I noticed, I'm looking through the leaderboard, Vicky Lanchester had a good game earlier. She came, I think she came 15th, and she's doing well again tonight, by the looks of it. She's 7th place at the moment.
Well, that's the leaderboard at the minute.
Yeah, Victoria there in 7th place, 100k.
We've got Artis Wheatskins from the Midlands as well.
Yeah, Artis. What did he do really well at the Nationals?
I think he was part of one of the winning a team event, was he? I think
he was first out.
First out. Is that what he was in the Nationals?
Yeah.
Okay. I think he was part of a winning team though in that one of the events.
He probably was. We did really well in the team events, didn't we? I say we, the Midlands teams.
I've just flipped another table up now, so we've got some new players to look at. I'll go through the people that I know. John Coy is old school Yorkshire. I don't know Kirsty Marston.
Kirsty's a Linky, and she's just been appointed team captain for the Lincolnshire or the Eastern region in this Interleague Challenge this week. I don't know her personally, but she was a fairly unanimous decision. So
I think
on some sway.
I think anyone who's played LPPL knows Johnny Nixon, don't they?
Well, they wouldn't care to admit it, but I would guess. Assuming it is in play, I still swear that all that recent wins he's added was his dad Robbie playing for him, because John Nixon doesn't run that
good. Obviously, Mandy, Humbert.
Yeah.
And I don't know the other three personally. Are any of those from Midlands?
No.
Doesn't look like a Midlander there now.
No. Connor.
When do these points things start? Is it tonight or Monday?
What points things?
The Interleague Challenge.
When does the Interleague Challenge start?
It's tomorrow, isn't it?
You're only team captain, Dwan. I'm not.
Yeah, I thought it was tomorrow. I'm just looking and I can't see. I can only see one Yorkshire player. Northwest player in the top 20. So I'm thinking, if everyone's getting all the bad play out of the way tonight and all the run back, that's good.
Well, I say the only good thing, but the good thing about the interleague challenge points is that even if you finish last, you're generating some points. It's not just the cashes, it's not just the final table lists, kind of as it was last week. You get reverse points. So first out of a tournament will get 1 point, all the way up to whoever wins will get the number of runners plus bonuses. So everybody, just by taking part in the tournament, are going to be scoring points for their area. Obviously, it's the deeper you go, the more points.
That might change my mentality for playing it next week. Just because I'm still stuck at work, I can't really play the 2 PM game and concentrate on it. So I suppose I can just register, play until after the add-on period, and I can always just sit out.
I must admit, I like the new point system for the actual league itself.
Do you like that, mate?
I do, yeah. I think.
What do you like about that?
I think the blanket 100 points for everyone below 25th kind of.
Now, at this point in time, Gray, I really hope that my management colleagues are listening, because 2 out of the 3 of us will be giggling and the other one will be sat there saying, fuck off. That was not a good Irish accent. But
I think, yeah. I mean, if you're in a 100-player field and you go out after 2 minutes and then you battle to 25th and you get the same points, I think it's just nice to get a little bit more reward, even if it's not much.
You can't see me, mate, but I'm nodding my head with 100% agreement. But yeah, it's exactly right. And, we do have to take into account live venues and make sure that they're competitive. So I think that's exactly why we've come up with the point structure as it sits, for exactly that reason. It is madness that you can outlast 80 players and get the same as first out. But you don't want it to be too bottom heavy. So I think it's nice, and it also will make for more competitive leaderboards. And as we saw at the end of April, to have a competitive leaderboard come the last week or so can make for some amazing tournaments. It was fantastic, that was.
Me and Dave Stones were talking about this over the last couple of nights, and we are both in agreement that 5 points per player it just makes such a difference in terms of playing. There's nothing worse than finishing 2 or 3 away from that top 24.
Well, that's now the top 16, mate. So
it's top 16.
Yeah, as it stands at the moment, it is 5 points per player up to the top 16, then bonus points kick in at the top 16. But you're still right. If you're finishing 17th out of 100, you're getting 83 times 5 points rather than plus 100, rather than just a flat 100 and the same as everyone else. Again, it's one of those things we think it's right, but until we see a few results and everything else, we can compare it, review it, and just make sure it's sitting right. But I think it's definitely a damn sight better than it was. And I know that Kimbo absolutely agrees as well. If she's listening, she'll be nodding her head as well. Hair everywhere. Definitely.
Yeah, it's a lot better.
Should we have another flick around the tables, mate?
Yeah, well...
While you're doing that, I'll just say a big hello to my daughter, Victoria.
This isn't the war show. This isn't the war show.
She's playing tonight, so it's nice to see her playing again.
It is.
She had some success as well yesterday. So.
Did she? What in?
I think 9 o'clock. I think she came 4th.
All right.
And she actually fell asleep for half an hour.
Can you remember back in the day, Greg, when we did that challenge, the boys versus girl battle of the sexes thing, me versus Vicky? Can you remember
that? Yeah.
Can you?
Vaguely, I think.
You can remember it. Oh, I must not mention that to her when I see her next. Jimmy Whip, he's limped in again here. Roy Smith on the big blind. Now, Jim's limped to fold. How you two can answer this because you're both more experienced and better poker players than I am. But you're in mid position. When is there ever a time when you're just limping in there?
Aces.
Is there ever a time?
Aces. That's it. Maybe kings. If it's an aggressive table.
I think if you're prepared to call in that position, you've got to be prepared to call the all in, and so obviously your hands are going to have to be pretty good, aren't they?
Yeah, I don't think I'm limping with anything from that stack side personally, but. Lose Michael. Oh, we don't lose Michael Fair. I lost Michael Fair. We've got left 45 players left now.
Mark's still the chip leader.
Yeah, Mark is now chip leader with 157,000 good enough.
It's interesting to see David Meehan and John Hall there yet again, second and third at the moment. They're both having great runs.
Mike Frey doubles up again. So we just had William Shepherd join the table. He's was he A-part? Sharky.
I think Sharky's gone for a cup of tea, Dwan.
That's it. I think
I can hear a door creaking.
Can you hear me? Hello?
No, you went really. I couldn't hear a thing.
I think my little microphone thing accidentally flicked to mute. Never mind, I'm back now. I made some really good comments as well.
Come on, you're not
They were the most insightful comments ever.
You're not getting that one through.
I heard a door creak twice.
That was my legs. No, Bill Shepherd's a Scouser, Dwan. He's from Liverpool, so he'll be part of your team now.
Yeah, didn't he used to play A-part though?
Yeah. Yes, he did. I still don't know whether Ruth and Mark are, brothers, sisters, mum, cousins. I'm sure they've got some. I'm sure there's some relation, but I don't know what. Anyhow, Roy on the big blind, folded round to Bill, who's shoved. 25k to win 6. I guess Richter and Roy have really got to be strong here to call. Mark could have a bit of a wider range.
From what I've seen of Mark, I don't think he calls too much there. From when I've seen him play, he plays really tight when he's...
Well, Roy's woke up with hand, but he's been out flop.
Ouch.
Yeah, pretty rude. So, Gray, you see on screen, Mark Fullerton's highlighted in yellow, whereas everybody else is grey.
I've got a few of them.
That means that Dwan's got... Oh, do you do notes as well, mate?
Mm.
And you colour code people, do you?
Mine are red, though.
All of them? How do you colour code yours, Gray?
Mine are colour-coded red.
So you just put people red?
I do.
Awesome.
Red card.
What does that tell you?
Send them off.
It tells me all kinds of different things.
Like?
Well.
Come on, don't worry. You
prepared to call all-ins with whatever.
Prepared to call all-ins with whatever.
Prepared to shove with Queen 4. All those kind of things.
And that's just red players, is it? Is that the only colour you use? You don't like Dwan's got an assortment of colours.
I haven't. I'm not an expert at doing this yet, but I'm kind of like getting around to doing these things because I think it could help. Dwan obviously has done this because.
Yeah, I play a lot.
You do a lot of analysis, I think. You strike me as a person who would analyse players a lot more deeply than others.
Yeah, I try and study the game as much as possible. But
don't make much difference, does it?
No, it doesn't.
It's almost like awarding, isn't it, really, to yourself?
Yeah, it's just sort of... I haven't played that much with these people. It's just the ones that I know, I'll colour code.
Well, you know Rick Connell.
Yeah, I haven't played much poker with Rick though. It's like if it's someone I know and I know how they play, then I'll colour code them accordingly.
So you know how Mark Fullerton plays. What does yellow mean then?
Yellow is for the good players.
Ooh.
Solid good
Yellow
players.
is for the good players.
Yeah. I use like 5 different colours.
Do you know what, Mark?
Yeah.
We've seen 3 tables so far. I haven't seen many yellow.
I've not seen that's the first yellow.
I haven't tagged that many people, to be fair.
So you're saying that go on, let's have a look through the other tables now, Dawn.
We've got another yellow.
Oh, yes.
Conrad?
Yes.
Conrad.
Well, and so you're not putting John Nixon as yellow?
No, I said yellow for decent players.
That's controversial.
So blank could be for exceptional players then, Dwan.
Blanks for I can't be bothered putting anything down.
And what about the... So you've marked Conrad as a good player, but not Johnny Nixon. Next table.
Blue.
David Meagher's in blue. Is that because he's Scottish?
Nope.
Is that because...
That's because I've actually made a note on him, an observation, and I'm not 100% certain whether he's going to go yellow or a different colour as yet.
Let's have a look at your note now.
So the observation is...
Raises big blind a lot when limpers in part.
Yeah, so if he's big blind and a load of people have linked in, he raises...
Thank you for explaining that, because I really didn't know what raises big blind a lot when limpers in part meant.
Well, I thought I'd clarify it for you, Mark.
Jesus H. Christ. I may be daft, but I ain't stupid. I think you should put John Hall yellow. What about you, Gray? Would you put John Hall yellow?
Yeah, definitely.
See, I don't know him, so I can't...
Is Gray and mine's were not good enough for you?
I have to make my own judgment.
Okay.
There are some people that I have tagged yellow that when I've actually looked through it and watched the play and stuff, they've changed colour because I've made a bad judgment.
It's interesting though. David Meehan you've got that note on him, and he plays that certain way, and he's had some amazing results these last few weeks.
Yeah.
So it just shows you that's the way to go, isn't it? I suppose.
Again, I put a lot of stock in how they do live, and David Meehan final table at the Nationals. I think he finished 6th in the end, but he's got game. David has. The old Meehan family have as well. Michael, his son, Nicky. Scary Nicky is. And at poker.
Yeah, but I'm going to play devil's advocate. Just because you final table Nationals doesn't mean you're a good player.
Doesn't necessarily mean you're a good player, but it means...
Look at me. Prime example.
Look at you, yeah. True that. I suppose there's exceptions to every rule, mate.
Yep.
But no, it's a rule of thumb, isn't it? And, if someone's going in the final table in a live tournament like that, you can't really be then surprised when they haven't put a good run of results together online as well, because they've got that kind of game. One of the biggest things about these tournaments, it's not the blind structure, it's not the level lengths, it's not the fact it's online, but 120, 130 players, you've got to have something about you to go consistently deep in these tournaments. And I don't think it's any surprise that the likes of David Meehan, Ryan Mitchell, Linda Franklin, Tin Man, they're not just doing it once every now and then, they're doing it more often than not. And I think that's something, even, Johnny Nixon, to be fair to him as well, legend, yourself, Gray, to be fair, how many, top 10, top 20 places have you had?
I haven't had too many final tables.
Don't burst my bubble now, Gray. I've just been building you up now. Yeah. Don't burst my bubble, mate.
I've had quite a few top 20 finishes.
And some seriously bad luck as well.
I have had quite a lot of bad luck. I'm sure everybody gets that.
Do you know what I've always found, though, with poker? If you are what would be perceived as one of the better players, you are going to get more bad luck.
That's true, because nobody gets more bad luck than me. That is true. Put me down as a yellow. Have you marked me as yellow, Dwan, online?
No, I haven't marked you as yellow.
Bitch. Can you do that, please?
I can't. You're not at the table with me.
Well, next time I'm at the table. Let's have a look at another table, mate.
Yeah, just.
Cool, let's do some hand analysis. I want you to analyse the next hand.
We've got a new leader,
Who's that?
Paul Lomax.
I think he's a Southern player. I think.
So just bear with me 1 minute. I'm just going to flip onto one of the other tables. So we'll stick with this one. This is a good table.
Oh, this is a good table.
Yeah, we've got a few players here.
Oh, we've got notes on Victoria.
Well, there's no notes. It's just colour coded.
So what does that mean? Female?
No.
No.
Pink is very, very tight players just what I've seen that they're very tight. I probably haven't played much poker with anyone who's got that sort of.
What about Skags? You've got no note on Skags? Or no colour code on Skags?
Yeah, because if I put a colour code on Skags, then I'll have to explain what the colour code is, and there's a couple of colours I don't want people knowing what they are. Nah, to be fair, I probably should tag Skags in yellow, because he's had some good results. Same with Andy. Andy's not bad. He's had some good results. I don't know the rest.
This is a colourful table now.
It is, yeah. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Right, next hand, guys, you two are analysing. Not this one because it's been folded around, but come on. Let's do some poker analysis now. Come on, Gray, this is where you've got to win your biscuits, mate. Are you nervous?
No, I don't know. I don't think anyone's got anything.
No, not in this hand, next hand. So it'll be Rickster on the bottom. I don't know, Stephen Dawson. Mark, Table Chippy. Well, it's not Table Chippy, Andy Coulter's got more than him now, but big stack on the big blind. Right, here we go. Over to you, boys.
Mark Scargill under the gun. He folded a lot on these. I've noticed his style seems to be very tight online, and he does get some good results. Andy Coulter had limps under the gun +1.
Range there. What's his range there? Again, he's got to be pretty.
I think he's pretty tight, yeah. Not enough to call it all. It might be like a small pocket pair, Jack 10, Queen 10 suited, stuff like that, I would have thought. It was quite an eventful hand as well, wasn't it? Stephen Dawson just shows from the small blind and that's it.
Andy raises. And shove over the top.
I think Rick Connell's probably got this. He's going to have a decent sort of hand. Yeah.
Oh!
Nice little double up.
Oh! Yeah, it's not bad.
Where was the Queen?
Yeah. Vicky's game's come on huge since she started playing. She's actually she can be actually pretty difficult to read, I think, especially live.
I think Dwan's got a good note under there. She's quite. You describe her as a bit of a rock player, don't you?
Yeah.
I bet Dan Tyler will take all the credit for it. Any comments, Dawn? Anyone watching? Anyone?
Let me quickly double check.
Saying, God, Sharky sounds great.
I've messaged on the group.
So, Ryan Mitchell has confirmed that Mark and Ruth are husband and wife. And Sharky, Bev has sent you a special message. She said, Sharky's shit. So, there you go.
I think I've done well just to stop at Sharky shit. She put something on the forum that I made a little sarcastic comment to, and she didn't get it.
You sarcastic?
She's only about 4'3", but it really went straight over her head. Sharky shit, fair play. But at least Yorkshire played for me when I was into league team captain. What can I say?
Oh.
Is it noticeable that from Tom, myself, and Kim were captains in the first week, to Terry, Debbie, and Bev in the second week. And out of those 3, Terry and Debbie did better with their respective teams, but Bev didn't do better than her respective team. What do you say about that? And she calls me shit.
I think Bev was always going to be fighting a losing battle, going from being the winning team when you took the reins. You know, she was always going to struggle. She had to win to match you, didn't she? So, luckily for me, I don't have that much to beat. Because all we've got to do is not finish 7th and have improved performance.
To be fair, mate, she's going to kick both of our faces in when she sees us.
Yeah, I was saying last night on stream, like when she was going on, I can't call her with this hand because she'll punch me in the face.
Yeah. Yeah, she will.
And she sent me a message later on going, "You're right, I would have punched you in the face."
Yeah, she's going to pass us both. Never mind. It's always going to happen at some point, isn't it? So Ruth and Mark are husband and wife. God, I'm glad I didn't say I think that's his mum or anything like that.
I'm quite looking forward to the commentary next week, for the finals.
Yeah, they're going to be something.
So, the people we've got on commentary, Thursday, Friday night, it's myself, John Legend and Dave Stones.
I don't let Legend commentate on a Friday night because that's when I'm playing. I don't want him commentating on me.
We will have your table up especially then. Saturday, we've got 2 commentary virgins coming on, but 2 players that I think will be quite good for the stream that night. We've got Mark Scargill and Ryan Mitchell, 2 people who I'm sure you'll agree seem to have exceptional records in these games.
Skag's doing commentary?
Yep.
Have you got a bleep button?
I'll tell him not to swear.
Oh, yeah, good luck with that.
And then Sunday night, so far, we've got Holly Stanswood, and I do believe, Sharky, that Tom has promised you 2 will be on as well, with it being for the big prizes.
Yeah, I might do Saturday as well, mate.
Cool.
I think we've got to give. Well, I mean, I would do all 3 finals, but I'm playing in the bronze final. I've qualified for the bronze final. I don't think I'll last long, but no, yeah, silver and definitely gold. I think Tom and I'll be there. We'll try and get Kimbo in there as well. Who's for the gold? Holly and Ryan, did you say?
No, it's me and Holly Sunday, and then obviously whoever we can get.
Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. Which one are you in, Gray? You were silver, weren't you, mate?
Yeah, I'm in silver.
Good stuff. I don't know if you guys have had a look through, but if you look through the players who have made the gold final from each league, that is going to be some final. There are some real players there. Not saying that the silver and bronze is shit. It's not. But, it's going to be a real tournament, that is.
It's going to be really interesting to watch that, isn't it, on the stream, I would imagine.
It is, yeah. It'll take some winning as well, that will. Did I just see Victoria win a huge pot there?
Yeah, she trebled up. I looked at it. Bev sent a message on the chat, which I can't say out loud.
No, don't say.
She's going to
say the words and then beep the rest of the words. So like Sharky is.
I'm going to give you a cuddle at National Sharky. You beep.
So the first 2 words were beep and the last word was a beep.
It's Bev. I've hid the message, so there was a little bit of swearing in.
She's going to give me a cuddle, but that's like saying I'm going to get a Glasgow kiss. It don't mean saying I'm going to get a peck on the lips.
Oh yeah. It's more likely to be a Glasgow kiss than a peck on the lips, mate.
I might be washing my hair next year.
That won't take long.
I'm not talking about my hair. Right, back to normality. So this table's got a fair few chips on it. How many have we got left at the moment, mate?
We are down to 25.
25. Getting close. What time it is?
And Vicky's now the chip leader.
Go on, Victoria. She hates being called Victoria Gray. If you're playing and you want to get under her skin, call her Victoria. She hates it. Not that I do that on purpose, of course, but... What did purple with pink mean again, Dwan? Tight player.
They're a very tight player.
Okay. Have you got many purples or pinks?
Like 3. 2 or 3 that I've noticed.
2 or 3 in the whole of LPPL.
That I've noticed, yeah.
Have you got any notes or colours on Rigger?
No.
That Burke should have a colour all for himself.
Where is Rigger?
I might actually. I think if I've got Rigger as a colour, it'll probably be yellow.
Well, but no, don't make him yellow. What the fuck? What other colours have you got?
Blue, red, green. He's definitely not red or green.
What colour would you make Rigger? Grey?
Rigger would be a yellow for me.
Browns. His hands will be in his shorts at hearing that. So we must be down to 24 now if we've 3 full tables.
Yeah, just gone down to 24.
Let's have a quick look at the lobby, mate. See any names that have been bust out.
Let me just find the lobby.
Come on.
Is that Sav? Have we now in the Midlands got 3 in the top 5 here? Sav?
No.
Vicky and John Hall.
Oh, it's just updated, yeah.
And Artus is
Artus
in
9th. Yeah, very
It's
good.
another good showing.
Bit lower down, please, Dwan.
Oh, there's the list of who's just gone.
John Nixon told you he's shy.
Seeing you wanted him getting a yellow tag.
Robbie Nixon. Jules Nixon, yes, not John. Yeah. Scargill, 21st. Who's 20th to 16th?
22nd is Paul Hughes.
That's your mate in team.
Relatively new player to LPPL.
16 Paul Hughes we've got.
Yeah,
nice and easy.
We had a bit of drama with him getting his results given to the other Paul Hughes, but it's all been resolved now.
It did make me laugh, to be fair. I mean, I but he says, I think he messaged Tom saying, I've got 8 results missing, that's 800 points. I thought, yeah.
Yeah, he's had a bad run. He's had a bad run, but he's doing all right here. Well, he's going to get, he's relatively new to the LPPL.
Good stuff.
So, he's progressing.
Rick still knocks a player out. I think I saw Tony Blee still in there in about 18th place.
Yeah.
Tony's got game.
I don't think we've actually seen any of his tables, so I'm going to...
come on, Dawn, put your finger out. Let's spread the love a bit.
There we go.
Matt Hubie, another old school Yorkshire player. Dawn, you must know him.
Yeah, I think he stopped playing about the time I started. So.
That's probably a coincidence.
Yeah.
Matt was the one who called my big... It was a small blind, big blind hand earlier. I had ace king, and it was ace 9. And the ace 9 came out. So that's why I'm not in,
Fair few Midlands. So I think
he thought I was bullying him.
And we got 4 Midlanders on this table because I'm sure Chris Capewell's a Midlander. And
that's
Deuce's chip passing. He's getting a Midlander in there.
Chris Capewell, is he a Midlander then?
Yeah, he's a Midlander. Right. Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
I got told off last night for something I said about Bev and Skags. So they were on the final table. Are you laughing at that message?
So she really didn't say I'm going to give you a cuddle.
No, but
Jesus H Christ. Right, we need to keep that as evidence just in case anything happens to me and us at the Nationals, Dwan, because we're going to use that.
I don't think I'm going to make it to Nationals based on that message, to be honest with you. It's been nice knowing you. Oh, God. Yeah, so last night on the final table, the blinds are like 20, 40,000, and Mark Scargill's got like 4,000 chips. Goes all in on Bev's big blind, and I made a comment, oh, here we go, Skag's chip passing to Bev. Clearly that was a joke. I got a message about it. There weren't chip passing like that.
No.
We know.
Never in doubt. Never in doubt. Oh dear. I've had to have a stiff drink after reading that. Right.
I
What day is
think it
it?
was a joke.
I hope it was a joke.
I
Jesus
hope it was a
Christ.
joke. We've got 11 watching tonight. If you are
That must be
watching,
the most ever.
I think, yeah. It's a
There you go, Gray. You see? Popular, Gray.
I don't think so.
So if you are watching, just drop a message in the chat. We'll say hello.
Preferably not one like Bev's.
Yeah, preferably something not
Threatening, violent, and abusive.
Abusive to a certain level we can take, but not. Please, nothing too threatening. And if you want to join Bev in giving Sharky a cuddle at Nationals, just let us know. Sure, we can organise the queue.
I'm going to have to delete that. I'm marginally scared.
I wouldn't be scared.
I'm just going to hide behind Kim. Kim will defend me. Right, what we got here? Tony hits the straight, yeah. Oh, takes a chunk out of John Hall.
Oh, John.
Right, Matt's 205k raises. Tony, small blind. This is the thing. I mean, I know that there's not really much we can do, but it does kind of get to, you know, all in or fold kind of thing, doesn't it now?
Yeah.
There's not really much else you can do.
Yeah. Next week, when we start streaming for the playoffs and the finals, you are going to have a lot more information on show. It's going to be a lot more informative for people watching. It's probably going to make our lives a little bit easier as well.
Well, it's not exactly difficult at the moment, mate.
I know, but there's a lot of information that we will pull up, like the chip counts. That's going to be part of the new stream. The live chip counts are going to be there.
Right.
Okay.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Let's have a flick onto another table, mate.
Yeah. Jump onto this table. So.
Roof's all in.
You think that one of these two would call? Andy has done. Darren might get out of the way now, unless he's going to shove over the top as well. Can't really see him calling, just flat calling there, can you? Anyone?
No.
Thank you.
No problem.
So Mandy hits a race and busts out Ruth with the pocket fours.
I was just reading the comments. Raggy Maggie's watching. She said she was trying to get to sleep and she got told to try this, so...
Say that again.
Maggie's trying to get to sleep and she was told to try watching this.
I wonder who told her that.
I don't know, but... Craig Smith's looking forward to next Sunday. And just to clarify, Sharky, Bev says it isn't actually a joke.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, oh dear.
I think I might have to go into retirement again. And hiding.
Will there be much noticeable difference from now?
Probably not. Look, it's not my fault that Yorkshire didn't play very well for her when she was team captain. No, none can doubt Bev's efforts.
No, Bev was
great.
Bev did a phenomenal job.
The unfortunate thing for Bev was that she had to follow in footsteps that were just too big for her 3'8" size, and that's the way it is, isn't it? You know, as you said, Dwan, you're following Bev. You're what, 4'2", something like that. So you're gonna establishing connection. What's happened, Dwan? Put 50p in the meter.
This is probably party poker that's crashed.
That was good timing, actually, wasn't it?
It'll be party poker.
We were just getting to your punchline then, Mark.
I know. Thank God. I was digging the hole deeper.
Yeah, that could have saved you. That establishing collection could save you.
Let me just.
And Maggie won't be falling asleep to this, because if she's listening to this, she'll be getting ever more excited. And I feel for Andy Hall, because he'll get not the benefit of it, but he'll cop for this. So has the site crashed? Well, that's great, isn't it?
Yeah. I believe it's crashed. Let me just.
It's saying on mine on break. I don't know. No, it's not. Yeah, it's break time, isn't it?
They have regular crashes.
It is actually
But it
break
is break time. 5 to the hour is official break, isn't it? Are we sure you want to log out? What are you doing, Dwan?
I'm restarting my party poker.
All right. Well, you're gonna have to sing for a bit then, Gray, while we're doing this. Go on, give us a bit of karaoke.
No.
Have you ever sang karaoke, Gray?
Never.
Never. If you were forced to, mate, if you absolutely had to sing one song at karaoke, what would be the song you would choose?
That's a difficult one.
Yeah, it's not letting me connect up.
All right, well, you keep going. I'm pressing Gray on his song choice for karaoke.
My song choice for karaoke.
Come on, there's got to be one. When you're driving along in your little post office van, what you know, what CD you got in there? Postman. Come on,
I'll tell you what, I've had that sung to me a few times.
I bet you have.
Not by kids either.
Okay, we'll go into that in a little bit, but I'm still want to know this song choice. Come on, we've all got one. We've all got one song that you could sing if push come to shove, gonna get shared, all that. Go on, what is it?
Really hard one. This. You'll have to give me a minute.
Oh, come on, Graham. You know that there's one in there. There's a song you want to say, but you're trying to think of something cool now. Come on.
You need a high voice for this one.
Come on then, what is it?
Paradise.
Paradise. Paradise?
Paradise.
Who sings that? Who sings that?
Coldplay.
Oh, okay. I don't know it. I thought you were going to say something like Wuthering Heights or something like that.
Okay, your turn.
Oh, I've sung karaoke loads of times. Infamously, me and Maggie sung karaoke.
Oh, I think I've seen the video today.
Is that in Belfast, Sharky?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Yeah,
I sung in Vegas as well. I did a little...
Did you?
Yeah. In the old Imperial. On the second floor, there was a karaoke bar, and we went there one night, all LPPL, and it was all going really well. We was all singing really cool songs, you know, upbeat tempo songs, getting the crowd involved. Shaggy comes along and sings Daniel by Elton John. Never seen a bar empty so fast in my life.
Shaggy.
Who sings Daniel at karaoke? Daniel, my brother. What the fuck? Oh, well.
Yeah, I'm unable to get back on. I can't get back onto Party Poker.
It might not just be you, mate. Let me have a look.
It's still there's been no message come up from Party Poker. Normally they stick a message up. Oh, God, what's this? We are experiencing technical problems. Please try later.
Oh, brilliant. Fantastic.
This used to happen quite a lot, to be honest. But,
It still does.
But Rob Young, put a blogger 2 or 3 months ago where they're putting extra measures in, I suppose extra service in to help them when these things are happening. But to
no avail.
It just seems to me like whenever they do a software upgrade, we get a bit of this. It's not as bad as it used to be, but they did a software upgrade last week. And I think quite a few people, I was reading on the forums that quite a lot of people were having cards come up but no buttons to do anything with, and issues like that.
That'll quite help a few people, to be fair. Victor's could do with a few of them.
It's quite funny seeing some of the comments. Disappears.
Some guy put a picture up, he's got his cards in front of him and no buttons, and he says, what am I supposed to do here?
Yeah, I've just seen a post on Facebook and it looks like Party Poker are having issues.
That's a pisser. That's ruined the stream, then, hasn't it? We were just as well.
So here's a question for you.
Go for it.
Okay. If they don't get this up and running now, what happens then to the tournament? Because I know if they don't, in the past they've kind of scrapped tournaments and given people money back, I suppose.
Yeah.
Which from LPPL's perspective tonight, that won't do it really.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I suppose Tom would have to make an ultimate decision, but I would think if let's say that it's cancelled now as it stood with 20 odd players left, I don't know, I would think that the whole tournament would just be voided and we'd just have to mark it down as no tournament. I can't see how we could. Well, you couldn't fill the 20 because you don't know what's going to happen. So if anyone gets their rebuys and add-ons and buy-ins back, then I'm not sure what else we could do. But
I suppose all you could do is the payouts that would have gone to the top 10, 11, 12 players get split evenly between who's left in, and then the points.
But if everyone gets their buy-ins and add-ons and rebuys back, there's no prize pot.
Yeah, I mean, for like the half that LPPL would issue.
But that comes out of the buy-ins and rebuys and add-ons.
Yeah, but I don't think Party Poker will refund the full tournament because the money gets sent to Tom, doesn't it? Or something like that.
If it's completed, yeah. I mean, we retain all the buy-ins, but if there's no buy-ins because Party Poker have refunded it to all the players who have taken part in the tournament and it's not been completed, then there'd be nothing to retain, so there'd be nothing to pay out.
Oh, that's a good sign.
Or is it back?
Possibly.
It did come back the other night, actually. It's the first time I'd ever seen a tournament come back from a crash. In all the times I've played.
A few weeks ago when it happened, I think there was about a 45-minute delay and they paused the tournament and then it started again.
I think maybe they're just switching service or something. They've got an issue on one of their...
The thing that I know upsets a lot of people who play on Party Poker regular is these crashes happen every couple of weeks. And it's not necessarily after they've just done an update. They have a lot of crashes. But then you see an update coming out where you can use some diamonds to fling poo at people. Like, surely the priority is getting stability on the site rather than...
the new emojis, yeah, definitely.
Rather than the upgrades so you can fling a turd at someone, you know...
Well, have a look at the tourneys then, mate. Can you click the tourneys tab, even if you can't log in? But you can still view tourneys even if you can't log in.
I'm stuck on page 2. Oh, hang on, we're back, I think, now. Are we back?
I'm just seeing if I can get logged in.
I've got page 1 now. I can see who's winning. Mandy Coulthard is winning at the moment.
Is the tournament back underway from what you can see, Gray?
It doesn't look like it, no. But I can take a picture of the chip stacks if that's... for relevance for future. Don't know.
Yeah, that's all I get is loading table list.
Yeah. Doesn't look like it's... Because, as I said, even if you're not logged in, you can still look at tournaments and...
I couldn't...
Oh,
while we were talking, I was stuck on page 2 and I couldn't move to page 1 of the list. But now I'm able to do that, so that's
it looks something. Like it's trying. Yeah, it looks like it's trying, but
when this happened the other night, because I always have I don't know if you guys do the same, but when I've got a tournament up, I like to keep the current list to the right hand side so I can see the chip stacks.
Yeah.
And I noticed the night it played up when I was playing it. Suddenly the list disappeared completely and
Yeah, it's usually the first thing that goes with it.
Yeah. And I thought then, oh, something's going to happen here. It was like a few minutes after it all went down.
It did just let me log in on my phone. And then showed me I had no money in my account. Which isn't true. I don't have much in, but I've got something.
Has it kicked you out, Mark?
Yeah.
It's one thing I never get. It's like when they have these crashes, why don't they just completely restart everything? Oh, there we go.
What's that?
It's showing me I have no money.
Oh, yeah. Willy Wangler?
Yeah, that's my usual nickname. That's my nickname at tables.
Hi, Vicky.
Hi, Vicky.
Apparently, Vicky's online.
Is she?
Ask her to leave a message in the box.
Oh, Vicster.
We've got a few commenting now. Yeah, it does look like Party Poker's crashed. I think it's letting some people back in now. It's just... We've got Ryan Mitchell saying that the East of Scotland players can't log in.
Only East of Scotland players can't log in.
Yeah. Chris Day is saying...
Is this on the forum or on the YouTube?
This is on the YouTube chat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Mark Scargill is able to log in, but he's showing that he's got no money in his account, which I don't believe.
I've just had a message off Pops Forden asking if the 9 p.m. game is going to start, which is probably will do eventually.
Come on, Gray, you are the Party Poker helpline for the Midlands.
I have been. I've been for a couple of weeks.
Victoria Lanchester was just texting, I'm watching, just can't type message. And a little kiss at me.
Well, say well done to Vicky. She's in 5th place currently. So let's hope this restarts.
Yes, and we can commentate on a win for Victoria. That'd be nice. I need another drink. It's Vicky. No, it's not. It's Victoria. She loves being called Victoria. Oh. So how's work at the moment, Gray? Well, let's just fill in some dead air. How is it? Are you getting a lot of support from people, or are people being obnoxious?
People are really ultra friendly, I'm finding at the moment. They're really grateful. I mean, we're actually we're working harder than we do at Christmas at the moment.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I think we are everybody's outlet to the shops. So there's been quite a lot of changes, obviously, with the distancing from people. We can't all work in the same place at the same time. So some work isn't getting done.
What do you do when there's letters and stuff that people need to sign for?
Everything that needs signing for now, you have to get permission from the customer to sign it on their behalf.
And what do? Do you like reach over and give them your little...
No, basically, I have to sign for them. Which is kind of a bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
But, and I just have to put a code in.
What flipping rigger comes up with a point there. Don't want this happening next weekend. Jesus, no.
I've just put that in YouTube chat. Let's hope it stays stable for next weekend.
Good Lord.
I don't know what Jim Witt means here. He's posted something on LPPL about how can you have 80 add-ons with only 73 players left. I don't know what that means.
What?
Well, we had 112 starters, I guess.
112 starters, Jim, come on.
Yeah.
Wake up, Jim, get the second brain cell going, mate. Oh. Getting abuse off Victoria now. Forever popular with the ladies.
Yeah, see, Rig is up to his usual mischief. Okay.
So we are just waiting for Party Poker to come back up. It does look like it's coming up slowly.
You've said that before.
I can see the
Oh, God.
players and number of tables increasing.
He really doesn't know you, does he?
Who, me? I just take a lot of what Mark says with a pinch of salt and just the other half of what he says.
It is actually probably the very best way to take him.
I don't know what you mean. Surely I'm well respected, if not liked. Surely. Oh, it's the drink.
You've not been up to Yorkshire much recently, have you?
Well, no. Why would I? Best thing in Yorkshire is the 8-1 coming out of it. I will come up to my good friends in Yorkshire very soon. It's been heartening to see, again, so many of them at the Nationals.
What good friends?
I have got one, Craig Smith, he likes me. I think Mick Innes...
Does he like you or does he tolerate?
No, he likes me because we were part of the greatest ever interleague winning team, weren't we, Greg? You were part of that. Can you remember it, mate?
I think I can remember that quite well.
We are the greatest ever interleague winning team as well. Absolutely crushed it. Absolutely crushed it.
In all my poker games and stuff that I've been involved in, that weekend and winning that was probably there was no money involved, but that meant the most because it was just the whole team thing. We really wanted it, didn't we?
Well, you know you're never going to get it from the Midlands, so you had to get it somewhere, mate.
The Midlands have been unlucky.
Have they?
They have. Well, we've talked about this before. Oh, I won't say seven.
I think so.
Once famously, Portsmouth famously.
Oh, that was a great interleague. That was the best interleague.
Which we talked about before. The Midlands don't get much luck, to be fair. But that was the greatest ever interleague success.
Oh.
We've got some good news, I think, here.
Are we getting back there?
We are working on a resolution and hope to reset your tournament soon.
Restart, not reset, mate. Reset and restart are very, very different words.
Oh.
Okay, what's going on here? But yeah, no, so going back to the original point, Craig Smith definitely likes me because he was part of that. I must always think of at least one more Yorkshire.
We had Di.
No, I'm talking about Yorkshire players who like me. You like me, Dwan?
Yeah.
You've got to say that, you little shit. I know you don't really.
I'm about to take a picture, Sharky, and send you on Facebook. You'd be
how great does that sound, Dwan? You get back second picture and send it me privately on Facebook. Thank you.
No problem. No, it's
no problem, Willie Wangler. That's it.
Can I ask a question to Dwan or yourself, Mark, with referencing this software? It's something that was brought up to me a few times by various players about the fact that you can rebuy before you actually have a card dealt.
Yeah.
Can you actually add on as well?
No.
Can you have your add-on at the start?
No. Add-on is at the add-on period, which is the end of level 5. You've got to get to the end of level 5 to add on, but it's one max rebuy per player, so you can have that at any time. And for once, Tom gave a really good explanation of the difference between a rebuy and a re-entry yesterday. But no, the add-ons are just for those people left standing at the end of level 5.
Okay.
Have that at the same time.
The reason I ask is obviously I'm reading this question that's going on our private group.
You've got a private group? What's this?
Midlands private group.
Okay, yeah.
Which you're both in.
Yeah.
And Jim's basically saying that there were 80 add-ons when there were only 73 players left in the tournament. I think that's what he's trying to say.
Well, you can only... There's only...
So how do we get 80 add-ons when there's only 73 left?
I don't think there was 73 left. If I look at my result sheet, at the end of level 5, we had there was 80, no, less than that, 99. Well, you didn't make Reba at the end of
No.
level 5, did you? And you were
No.
96th. I was recording the results up to that. There was, I think, 91 left. 91 from 112.
Yeah, so that's why then.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell. When I say it, I was telling myself, but you know, there's one add-on per player, and you can only add on at that break. It gives the remaining players left in the tournament the option to add on. If you're not in the tournament, that's it. You can't add on again. So
I was kind of thinking if he was right about the 73, that could have been the reason.
No. Only one per player, and only if you're left in the tournament. Right, what's this message one? Let's have a look.
Maggie's got something she wants you to say on stream, so.
Maggie's history. Get Sharky to say Garforth. What? Garforth. What's wrong with that? Craig Smith, I do like him, to be fair. See? Told you. Maggie, get Sharky to say Garforth. I don't get that.
I wonder how much you've paid Craig to say that he likes you.
I don't need to pay Craig anything to say he likes me. He's my mate. And I'm his mate.
Ah.
Yeah. Can you message Raggy Maggie and say, what's that all about? Well, I've played at Garforth a few times. They used to have a venue there, didn't they, at the football club?
They did. I think I went up there.
There was the time when they're going to make Gaz a manager. And I think they were sponsoring us, or we were sponsoring them, or something, when they were a venue of us. It was all quite exciting. We thought we might have Gaz turn up to a few venues, but that didn't happen. But no, I've played at Garforth a few times. In that like North Leeds area.
Yeah.
See, I know my Yorkshire stuff. Let's have a look. Vicky Lanchester, no Vicky. Ryan, the 9 o'clock game is the same. Yeah, it looks like it's a party poker thing. Is it? We're back up and running yet, guys, or we're still struggling?
No, still waiting for it to load tables.
We might be floundering a bit here, boys.
I think the 9 o'clock did start, but it was just shortly afterwards it stopped.
So, Raggy Maggie wants me to say it as well, so it's Garforth. All one word, not Garforth. Like,
I'm only saying it as one word. What do you mean?
It sounds like you're saying it as two.
Garforth. Say F-O-R-T-H, the word. Say that. Go on.
What was that, sorry?
Say the word F-O-R-T-H.
The word.
The word that's spelled F-O-R-T-H. No. Say the word F-O-R-T-H as a word. Go on. Fourth. See? Now say G-A-R.
G-A-R.
As a word, Dick.
Gar.
Right, Garforth. There you go.
Garforth.
Frigging Yorkshire peasants. Can't even speak English properly. You say that word, Graham, by yourself, as you would say it.
Garforth.
There you go. Thank you very much. Next question, please.
My lobby is saying this tournament is finished.
Oh.
What, the 7 o'clock?
You know, if you click on all the LPPL tournaments in the lobby, and click
Can't even see it.
running.
Mine says paused. So 112 players paused.
7 p.m. Mine's saying finished.
Mandy Coulter leading Matt. Well, I think I might leave this one to Tom Kim.
Yeah, it's not showing me anything either.
Have you got the chip stacks on yours?
Yeah.
I
can't see that they would declare that as an actual result, but it'll be up to Tom. There was how many in the? See, on mine it only says there was 13 players in the 9 o'clock. I think last time this happened it was alright.
Yeah, 13 players.
But yet there's 17 in the lobby. Ian Air down to Anne Bishop in 17th. Oh, frig knows. Shannon Cole. That's her name from the past.
Shannon Cole.
Shannon Cole. I might make myself look really stupid, but I'm very sure that's a EOS player. Well, boys, I'm not right sure what we can do here because it doesn't look like these are going to get up and running anytime soon. As I said, the last time this happened to any extent, it was down for about 55 minutes, if I remember.
What do you want to do? Give it till 25 past, and if it's not back up, then
3 minutes. 3 minutes, yeah.
We'll have given it 25 minutes. We'll give
let's give it. I mean, we were going to be closing off about half. I said that we can fill in another 8 minutes. We can get Gray to sing whatever his flipping song was that I can't remember now. What was it called?
Paradise by Coldplay.
Paradise by Coldplay. I'll tell you what. Let's see if this works.
Just don't play the song.
Wait. Why? Will it cause chaos? We're not allowed to. Is it copyright?
Copyright laws. We won't be able to play it. We'll just take the videos out.
Okay. Fair enough. Kirsty, I'm on the forum now. Kirsty, anyone else having trouble getting tonight? Yeah. Everyone's chaos. Northwest Interleague Challenged 1. Darth still going about should be called Yorkshire just for reference. I'll take out anyone who gets in my way. Fair play.
Yeah, it should be called Yorkshire.
Oh, you see Bev? Nah, she's backtracking. On the forum, I said, you missed my meaning, Bev, never mind. And she put to me, haha, Sharky, moody mare. Yeah, she's just being moody. I've got to get back in my pocket. I'm only saying that while I'm here at the Nationals. You're absolutely right.
You're going to be running.
That won't take much, will it? Tax man Martin Coleman has put up his Southwest Interleague Challenge thread. Right. Okay. So, Gray, whilst you've been a postie, have you ever been attacked by a dog?
Yes.
I'm talking the four-legged variety, not the two-legged variety.
I've had a couple of bad ones, to be honest.
Have you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, tell us.
Well, I got bit through the letterbox once. Normally, you hear the dogs at the door, but you didn't hear this one.
And what damage did it do? What damage did it do?
It bit straight through my finger.
Oh. Do you get any kind of compensation for that or anything?
I didn't, because I could have claimed, I suppose, against the
You're too nice.
customer, but, you know.
Too nice. You could have had the dog put down. What type of dog was it?
I don't know, to be honest, because I didn't even see it. You didn't even hear it, because normally you hear a dog at the door. This dog was a sneaky dog. He was lying there waiting for me.
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh.
And he bloody well got me.
And
yeah. I've been had by a cat as well. I'll tell you what, I put my fingers through it. You shouldn't put your fingers through the letterbox, basically, but sometimes with people's letterboxes, they're that, tight, you have to put your fingers through. And I felt this sharp pain all of a sudden, and I had these two prongs, one on each finger. And I wondered what the hell it was, It turns out they got a cat. And the cat had just clawed me. Yeah.
Anything else? So a dog, a cat, anything else? Any bird incidents?
No. No birds.
No birds.
But, it is quite a big hazard to the job. Stuart Hamilton's a post,
Yeah, Spamo.
I'm sure I read somewhere the other day that he'd been bitten by a dog.
That's probably just David Healy.
He's someone I thought would have been playing this as well.
I'm sure Spamo, again, part of the greatest ever Interleague winning team, if I've not mentioned that before. But I'm sure that if Spamo could play, he would play. Great lad. Great. Can you remember that Christmas game we had a few Christmases ago, mate, when he came over? Where we had that in Burton?
When we went to
that pub in Burton, I can't remember. The Wigan.
The Wigan, yeah. That was a good day, that was.
It was a good day, wasn't it, mate? Yeah.
I'd just been coming back from Dwan's country, because my daughter was living up in Yorkshire at the time.
Shithole. Yeah. But no, that was a good day. But no, Spamo, I do miss those linky lads. Spamo, Healy, Ramsey, all the rest of them. Steve Booker, me and Fred were talking about that a few weeks ago. The Nationals where Steve Booker won it, and all the linkies came running to the table. I'll never forget one of the first Nationals we did that the linkies were there. Spamo and Healy streaking through the Nationals, and Spamo going arse over tit, quite literally, as he was bollock naked as well. And then there was the incident where David Healy did that slide over the ice lake and shredded all his ass.
Oh, yeah, I think I remember that one.
Very funny.
Do you remember the one with, I think it might have been the same Nationals or the one after, where Dave Healy is stood by one of the metal fences and says to Rhino, run at me. Rhino runs, bends the metal fence, and just takes Healy about 10 foot straight through. And just gets up and walks off and just leaves Healy there laid in a heap.
I can remember that. Oh, mad as a mongoose, Dave Healy. Oh, dear me. Funny guys. Rhino played and he's kind of disappeared. He played for about a week or so, like loads, and then he just disappeared a bit. Wonder where the old Rhino is. Rhino's another one that likes me. Rhino likes me. Fun fact, me and Rhino share the same birthday.
Oh, well.
Yeah, July the 28th, and there's another kind of well-known LPPL player who also has his birthday on the July the 28th, which is Mark Carr up in West Scotland, Dangerous Dice husband. So there you go. July the 28th must have been a good birthday for overweight, useless poker players.
I wouldn't say useless poker players if you're including Rhino in it. Rhino can play.
Well, I can play. Mark Carr can play, but...
Can you?
Yeah, I can. Deep stat champion. Most successful 100% interleague player ever. This goes on. Can you claim that one?
I can't.
There you go.
I don't think I've ever actually won one of my interleague tables.
Played 1-1.
Oh.
Are we back?
Lobbies are showing.
Or is it just time to go? Still saying paused. Have we got any more comments before we wrap this up?
No more comments on the YouTube.
Is Maggie? If Maggie wants me to say anything else to help her while she's in bed, then just let me know, Mags. I'm always here for you, love. You know that.
Let's see if I can get these tables loaded back up.
Or you, Bev. Or you, Craig. At least we've had some interaction with the guys on the YouTube channel. That's good.
Yeah, we've got 16 watching now. That's peak. Oh, it's just dropped down to 14. That's a shame. It was at 16 for a few seconds.
Apparently, Dan Tyler's messaged me and someone from Party Poker. I can't really get the timescale on this because the post was 6 minutes ago and she said all MTTs shall be paused, service shall be resuming full in 10 to 15 minutes. Dan's just said we'll be back on very soon, pal. So they should be up and running any minute.
Ooh. So there's just been a message pop up on Party Poker saying we will be resuming tournaments within 1 minute. Thank you for your patience.
So what do you want to do? Do you want to wrap it up? Do you want to see it through? How are you feeling, Gray?
Yeah, I don't mind. Whatever you want.
Well, you could put a bit more enthusiasm into it, mate. I don't mind.
I'm happy to carry on.
Yeah, I'm happy to carry on.
Are you sure, Gray?
Yeah.
What time have you got to be up for work in the morning?
Not too early.
Go on, tell us.
6:30.
Yeah, peace. Well, as we've missed, let's just see them up and running, give it 10 more minutes, and see if we can get some action.
Yeah, once they get up and running, maybe do until the next break, and then next break will be what, 25 minutes?
Yeah, next break's 5 to 10, isn't it?
Yeah, if you start running.
So what do you normally do, Dwayne? Do you see the whole tournament out?
Yeah, we normally will watch the full... Oh, start back up.
There you go, you see.
Yeah, we would normally watch the full tournament out, because it usually finishes anything between 9:30 and 10, Rob, so we just had a 30-minute delay, haven't we? So.
Actually, I'll just be 2 minutes because my bladder's about to explode. 1 sec.
I'm getting loads of messages here, phone calls and stuff.
So we just lose a player. Paul Hughes has gone. The first
Yeah,
push
Paul.
out of the restart.
Well, that's good that it's come back then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I know in the past, as I said earlier, these kind of things finish tournaments, you know, where they were, and that's no good for anyone, is it?
No, it's... especially in this format, like, I've had it before. I was in... it's like a $2 tournament, but it was like a face tournament, so you play your day 1 and then day 2 on the Sunday. And we were down to like the last 60 players or something. I was short stats and it crashed. I ended up getting like a $250 cash or something like that.
Oh, right.
And I needed
How's
to
that
finish.
worked out then?
Because what they do is they split the prize pool into 2. So whatever, if there's let's say $1,000 in the prize pool left to play for, they'll split that 500 between the players equally, and then the other 500 gets split based on your chip count. So the more chips you have, the more money you get. So
yeah, they kind of do that in the casino, don't they? When
yeah, they call it an ICM split.
Yeah, we had that at Distilled Dawn a few times where the game's gone on so long that people just want to go home, really. And just do.
We have an all-in here for Arters, is it?
Yeah.
Arters, yeah, in the Midlands. Cool. Slav's called it, is it?
He's back.
Bet.
It's Sarpot.
Slav and Hubie.
Arters was only all-in for 2,000 chips.
Right.
We'll lose Arters.
He's out.
Yeah, so we're down to
16. Final 2 tables. Should be. Skags. Oh, he's blind. He's gonna run it on his last hand.
Well, the first hand back, he was on another table, and Andrew Coulthard under the gun, min raises. Mark Fullerton fought at Carlson, the small blind, and then Scargill folds his big blind.
Okay.
He had 12,000 of a 22,000 chip stack invested in folds.
What's your analysis of that one? I listening.
I would be interested to see what hand he's doing that with, but it works next week when it's more points.
Yeah. Let's have a look at the other table, mate. Oh, actually, let's just see Skaggs all because he's all in on the big blind. Let's see how he does. Good luck, Skaggs.
Do it for Yorkshire. Sorry, Northwest.
That's the Northwest raising him.
Oh dear.
7 dues. Oh, is it? Oh,
You can't do all about that.
Oh, my word.
Nice hand back.
Well played. Schooled him. Schooled him. Go on then. Next table, Dwan.
So, flick it over. There we go.
There we go.
Oh.
All good. Where's Vic? There's Victoria.
Well, Vicky's lost some chips.
Useless. Chris Capewell, wasn't he like really low? He's up at 151k now. Rickster's doing well. What are your views, Dwan, about your region now being called Northwest as opposed to Yorkshire?
Given that at this moment in time, all the venues, the live venues, would be in Yorkshire. None of them are actually in the Northwest region. I think it should be called Yorkshire. Or Northern. Go back to Northern.
But it can't be called Northern, can it? Because then you would have to include lots of North East and stuff like that.
Yeah. It used to be called Northern, didn't it, when you merged Yorkshire and West Yorkshire and North West?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, there was a time where it's called Northern, correct.
Could call it Yorkshire and North West, I suppose.
Or we could just call it North West.
No. Yorkshire, mate.
No, but I mean, but you understand the logic why it's called North West.
Yeah, I understand the logic.
So the fact that all the current venues are in Yorkshire is almost irrelevant when you think about the logic.
Yeah, but it's Yorkshire, innit?
Nah. You're North West. You're Scousers, you're Man United, you're Manchester.
Yeah, well, I don't mind the Scousers, we just don't want the Manx.
Oh, God, I love it. And have you got you in your head now about our boundaries now, Gray?
Yeah, kind of.
What
We haven't got any venues in North Wales anyway, have we?
No, we haven't, mate. But if there were to get some, you see, if you got a standalone venue in, say, Wrexham, it wouldn't have a league to be attached to, would it? But now it would. So that's why we've defined those boundaries. And now anywhere, even if we get an individual venue, it's part of a league.
And I guess if they build up, then eventually they could.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you know, Linda's venue in Stoke and everything else. I mean, in theory, as the map was beforehand, it was basically Burton and Birmingham. But you know, now any venue anywhere can go into a specific league, and at least they'll be part of a league. They'll have a leaderboard, an area final to attend. So, you know, it works with what we're trying to do, but we just have to acknowledge that there are, you know, hot spots still around like Burton, like Birmingham, like Leeds and Yorkshire and everything else. And those will be the base that we hopefully grow out of, not grow into.
So Scotland as one region, is that going to be kind of a massive, like big area final?
Like
in terms of numbers?
It's Scotland, you know, and when everything gets back to normal, it will be the same. You know, they'll have their number of finals because you know West Scotland was struggling by itself. So yeah, they'll have more players on a bigger leaderboard and so have a better price to play in a merged area final. And then the hope is that obviously we can grow more venues and it gets bigger and bigger.
Well, I think with the online league, the way it's going right now, I would expect we'll get a spin-off after this.
Wow, you see that? Scarborough gets a walk with aces.
It wasn't something I said, was it?
With 4K behind him.
Yeah, just short of 21,000, he gets a walk with aces.
Who was that? Skags?
Yeah.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Mm.
Ooh, we have an all-in at the other table and a call. So I'll just flip that over.
Jacobite,
Jacobite.
Yeah, he's got him just covered by 9K. Oh, he's got the clubs. Oh, John Hall. You'd love to see it. Is the 9 o'clock up and running now, by the way?
Let me quickly double check that.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Well, that should.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, it's up to 42. Late range 27. So they're still. Yeah.
In fact, Bev's doing well in that.
Who? Oh, Bev. Yeah, go on, Bev. Hope you win it, Bev. You're the best.
Please don't beat the shit out of me at Nationals.
42, end of level 2. So, yeah, still half an hour to go on that. Good stuff. Everyone seems to be happy again now. Oh, that was exciting. As I said, let's just hope that doesn't happen next week. We don't want that.
The good thing about it, and I was saying to Dwan when you went a few minutes ago, was these kind of things last year were finishing tournaments completely. They are actually managing to get things up and running again. So that in itself is a lot better than it was.
I suppose these things happen, don't they? As I said, how many nationals have we had? And this year was the first, well, unless something happened in the last few years, where we get a flipping fire alarm in the middle of the nationals on Saturday night at 10:30, and we all have to stream out. Stuff happens. You just have to deal with it. Tournament integrity hasn't really been compromised.
And these poker sites must be far busier than they've ever been as well.
God, yeah, definitely.
So that brings its own pressure, I'd imagine.
Oh, John Hall needs an ace? No. Oh, that's Jackabat out in 13th.
Are we on the money bubble? Or was that the money bubble?
That was the money bubble. Top 12 paid.
So going forward for next week after the playoffs, the new stream is also going to have the payouts once they're produced.
Brilliant.
It saves like it'll put all that information there.
Well, that'd be a great thing to have on, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Although I think it's also a good thing that people are having to have to look on the forum as well, because a lot of people tend to use the different social networking now to communicate rather than the forum.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. The same, the people's own groups, LPPL groups, the new LPPL group, but there's been a fair bit of forum activity recently. It's been good to see. It's good to see. There's still a place for good old forums. A lot of information there that you'd not think so by the amount of questions we get asked.
There's been a lot of information come out this last week. You've obviously been working hard behind the scenes.
Not really, Gray, just myself and Kim. We've been putting the hours in, doing the thinking, everything else. Tom, not so much.
Oh dear. You're in trouble now.
What else is new? No, I'm just saying it, but there is a lot of thought and talk and thinking and testing, and we do test things and everything else. And sometimes, we just have to run with it and react to things as they happen rather than try and foresee everything. But I
think it would be easy to kind of rest on your laurels with this is obviously the second league now, and obviously you've had glitches, but you still, even though you've had that, you're still trying to improve it and add other things like this interleague challenge and the new point system. So I think it's really good that you're progressing it while you're going along.
We're trying, mate. We're trying, and there's a lot of stuff that we want to do and we're thinking of and everything else, but we can't do everything all the time, and obviously we're in difficult and different times now, which has never happened before, and touchwood won't happen again. We have to be prepared for when things do go back to normal, whenever that is, and live games and venues. But all we can do is just whatever we can do for the here and now, and we're obviously doing something right because of the support we're getting from players and their play and everything else. And we are constantly thinking about stuff. Things do evolve, and I dare say that will continue. It's been really good, and it's been a challenge for us and everything else. But I think we get a few things right.
Yeah, I think. Even like I explained earlier, I've got people who were adamant they were not going to play this, but they're playing it and embracing it now.
Yeah.
I think it is giving people a bit of something to take the boredom away, I think, as well.
Definitely. But a lot of it is to do with that whole LPPL family community spirit that we have going, and it's, you know, I know it sounds a bit sycophantic, but it's true. I mean, you know, where else do you get this kind of thing? You just don't. And when I think a big help has been even just having real names at the tables as well, so you know exactly who it is that you're playing and everything else. All right, there's not much online chat and interaction going on, but that's where your Facebook groups and the forum come into it, and just that realization that you're playing a player, not an online alias that you wouldn't know from Conrad or David or Mandy.
Yeah,
you know,
it'd be almost impossible to do this live stream if you're doing that.
And a lot of things, but you know, it's just trying to keep it fresh, mate. You know, that's all you can do, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the improvements are really good. And it's going to entice people.
We could
We've got an ace all in it.
We could have still done the stream, I think, with, you know, people's user IDs rather than real names. It would have just meant I had a lot more work to do in terms of I'd had to make a note of who everyone was.
Yeah, but still be able to stream, and you'd still get used to players and everything, but it just makes it a little bit more real. At an instant, you know, straight away, by looking at that screen in front of you for a second and a half, you've got an East Scotland player, a Humber player, South West, a couple of North East Midlands, Southern, you know, rather than, right, who's that and who's that and who's that, you know, and it just, the flow is just much easier. But no, it's been great. April's been awesome. You know, May's shaping up to be exciting, and then who knows where we'll be come the end of May, and you know, we'll take it from there. I just want the Interleague to go ahead in September. I think everyone does. Not just because it's a great tournament in isolation, but also it's another gathering, a good drink, a good laugh, and fuck, everyone's going to need that, you know, when we can do so. Let's just keep everything crossed that it goes ahead.
Just flick onto the other table.
I think we're one off final table now, aren't we?
Yeah, final table bubble at the minute.
So Chris Capewell, is he from Burton then, Mark?
Yes, mate, he is. Yeah. Diane Stone. You know Diane and Stoney?
Yeah.
I think Chris is a relative of Diane's uncle, cousin, brother, something.
So did he used to play LPPL before in the olden days? Or?
Yeah, infrequently, mate. Infrequently, you know, never a 40 game a month or a period kind of player, but he'd turn up at the Duke and a few other places from time to time and have a game.
I think pop this hand up because Will Shepherd.
This could be it, couldn't it?
Yeah, he's all in, so.
Slav scored him.
Yeah, nice.
So we have our final
table.
I don't understand why he does this. You know, it just delays a hand sort of thing.
So what we got? 3 Midlands. In fact, I'll narrow that down even more because Grace here. 3 Burton players.
2 Scotland.
Yes, 2 Scotland.
1 North East.
1 North West.
Yep.
And a Southerner.
Who's winning? Who are we calling for the win?
Jesus.
I think my money, would be on Mandy. Oh, as she goes all in.
Good call.
And loses.
Well done, Gray.
Oh dear.
You're going to piss off next.
So it's me getting the punch now.
So you've just done the commentator's curse.
Yes.
We've all done it. I'm going to back Northwest to win this one. Matt Ube.
What a shock. That's Mandy gone. Well done, Gray.
Don't ask me again.
Who are you calling to win it?
Well, I know what I want to say, but A, she won't like me saying it, and B, I don't want to put the kiss of death on her, so I'm not going to say Victoria. I'm going to say... Paul Lomax.
At least you're not going to do what I did the other week, where I predicted Tom to win, thinking I'll put curse on Tom. I think he finished second or something. That won it.
He actually won one, didn't he, last week?
That might have been the one where I put curse on him. I'll put curse on Tom.
So everyone thinks you're a genius.
I didn't feel like it. There we go, you bit.
Oh.
Pick up those chips.
Matthew Thomas Hooley.
Blinds quite high now, aren't
they? Yeah. Good luck, Victoria. Good luck. Victoria's all in. She's going to get a call.
Oh, she was always going to be strong there.
Yes. Yes.
You always know it's going to be a top hand when she's going there.
Just had a couple of messages saying that Party Poker's gone down again. Like the 9 PM game's gone off.
Still running on mine.
No, still running on mine as well.
Maybe it was an old message.
I got it a minute ago. She's weird.
Oh, Vicky's my daughter's playing in that, and she's still. I'll load her table up and have a look. Yeah, there's still play going on.
Yeah, it seems to be running all right. Clock's going down. 44 players. Well, a couple of minutes then till the break of this and the end of the stream. You enjoyed it, mate?
Yes, if you're talking to me.
I am. That's good.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, shame about the crash, but
well, it gave us a chance to just talk about other things. We know what you sing at karaoke. We've heard about your experiences with various animals in Birmingham whilst on the job. Your post office job, I mean. We've had a few abusive messages. Nothing from Rigger, apart from his little quip about next week, which is surprising.
I'd say Rigger would be a good person to get on here.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Rigger wouldn't come on here, not a chance.
As well, next week, Graham, we're going to be streaming on Facebook Live as well as the YouTube at the same time.
As per what?
As well as YouTube at the same time.
Oh, right, yeah.
So I can stream to both,
So you'll get more, get more viewers then, I would imagine.
Yeah, we just need players when they see it, when they see the link, to share it. Just keep sharing that link.
Always my tip all in. Yes.
Wow.
Hit me bread. I can pick him C. No commentators curse here.
Not yet.
Not yet. Oh, Matt Hubie, all in all fold.
Mix it up again.
Chris has moved all in. You'd think he'd get a call.
I think Mark's calling this, isn't he?
81 to call, yeah. Oh, hot now. Hot's no good.
That's a really boring run out. Want it to be at least a sweat on the turn, don't you?
Yeah, there was not in much danger there, to be fair.
Especially on here, you normally find that the majority of hands there is a sweat for someone on the turn.
Yeah, like when you flop broad, where you know someone turns 2 pair and they've got a river out for a full house, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, Gray. Sorry. All right, then, boys. Let's wrap it up there.
Thank you very much, guys.
Nice talking to you guys.
Yeah, nice one, Gray. Well done, mate. Thank you, Dwan, again for your efforts, pal.
We are back Thursday night for the playoff final. starting at 8 o'clock, and I believe we're doing that start to finish as well.
And who's that? Who's with you then?
I've got John Husband, the legend, and Dave Stones.
Nice.
May have another as well. I'm trying to get someone else if I can.
Okay. Well, I'll probably see you next Saturday and Sunday, playing on Friday, and we'll get Wardy back sometime, eh?
Okay. Good luck to you guys.
Good stuff. See you all soon.
Yeah.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye bye.